During Muhammad Ali's time, Malcolm X and all that, during their time, they had the support of the people. From the bums on the streets, to the leader of gangs, on up to the peoples in position of power. They had the support of the community. But they had to deal with physical intervention from the system, preventing them from really taking action towards regaining control over their lives and their independence. Messages like this video from Muhammad Ali that I'm about to play has been circulating for quite some time. And so we understand why his generation fell short on getting things going. It's not that they didn't get things going. It's just that they had to deal with the physical consequences and interventions from the system, where the police was killing the fathers, pumping drugs into the communities, mistreatment on all types of levels that discourage people from trying to take control over their lives. But we don't really have to deal with too much of that today. Today, everything is just psychological. As I said, videos like this one I'm gonna play has been circulating since videos were possible. But the message has always been around for the people to hear. And all it takes is for everybody, because I understand a lot of people, it's like, yeah, I hear the message, but what can I do? Support the movement, even if it's just you going about your day accordingly. When you have these interactions with people, let them know where you stand. That support has to be there in order for us as a whole to manifest it. Not saying that it isn't happening. It's happening. People are taking control of their lives, buying their land, starting their own communities, growing their own food. It's definitely happening. It's not much light around it. A lot of people are more doing it as an individualistic type of thing. But we know this is the answer. And we've been known this was the answer. Because clearly the message has been there. And we've seen and we know from studies of history what has been done to prevent these things from happening in the past. But as I said, there's nothing holding us back but us at this point. Because we'll sit up here and see videos like this trying to galvanize us and encourage us in the direction we need to be going in. And the second people look away from the screen, it's a thing of the past. order to manifest the change we need, we have to, you don't need anything other than that mindset that you want that change. Reflect that energy out to your surrounding environment, to your surrounding world. Talk about it. If you don't talk about it, at least show that you're working towards trying to push in that direction. Stop supporting the opposition that's against that. People you know that don't give a damn about you. Stop being a part of that crowd, thinking that that's the only way to go. Take Africa, for instance. As I've said, people like to put this bad kind of aura around the word tribalism. Tribalism is why they are able to rise and fight back as they are doing today. They still have that family structure. They are still, even though they're divided in tribes, they're still connected as a people. And for a while, they didn't really know what was going on. Their media was being controlled and everything else too. And they had far less technology to really spread the knowledge than we did. Like, they still living primitively in a lot of parts of the African world. Yet the second the information started getting out there, the second they seen that they got a leader that is actually for them, they hopping on it. They're doing their parts. I remember I seen a video of a black African man from the States, I believe. I think he's from the States. I don't know. I think he might be living in Africa. But he was trying to go and do coverage on the president of Burkina Faso. He was walking through the streets, speaking to people, trying to find out how he can find the president, and they was not giving him no information. They was not trusting him for nothing. Even though some of them knew him and followed his work. Because they were all on the same page. Protect the president. Protect the president. He's for us. We need to protect him. And their actions have been showing that. From the poorest of the poor, everybody been doing their part to support him. Because they all are on the same page, despite being separated by tribes. Tribalism was not as bad as people like to paint it to be. As I said, the only thing that nationalism has over it is the generation of income. But money is not everything. And honestly, money is only power in the eyes of white society, of white power. That's a tool they created. and exploit it. I'm not gonna say they created it, but they use that. They abuse that. It's really not as, it shouldn't be as powerful in our minds as it is. It shouldn't have the power that it does, because we really don't need it. We shouldn't need it. We never should have gave up our independence. We never should have been dependent on somebody to feed us, clothe us, house us, based off of money. That's something we supposed to be able to provide for ourselves. And people need to move like they know that. People need to carry themselves like they know that. Disconnect. If nothing else, if you're not going to disconnect from this system physically, at least disconnect mentally. Show that you're willing to make the necessary changes. Something that is for the best interest of your children. If you don't have children, I don't even expect you to care. But this movement is already taking place. It's just more people. It should be much larger than it is. Our attention should not be on no damn celebrities, whatever the hell they got going on. Them people been doing their own thing. They got themselves into that situation, playing around in that system. They knew what that system was capable of. They chose to chase that money. And then they chose to turn their back on their own people. Because none of these people that they talking about, from my knowledge, have been doing anything to help their community. So why do y'all care so much? They get all that money and do nothing with it. But collect cars, collect houses. And then throw it and show it off in your face like they doing something special. Jewelry, like it's something special. They're all distractions. That should not be the number one thing people are gravitating towards. I can understand y'all interested in seeing how it goes down, but it's just entertainment. That's all y'all should be viewing it as, entertainment. You should be focused on things that matter, like making a change in the interest of your people, a necessary change. Because if we don't evolve and grow, you lose. And as I said, there are people already making this move. But they want the people to move with them because together we are stronger. They don't want to see half of their people wiped out. Take note of the people you know care about you and stop viewing them as weak and they don't know any better and all this type of stuff. And y'all rather sit up here and follow these scammers and all that you know don't give a damn about you. And imitate their behavior. You go out into the world with their same type of energy, being fake friends with somebody, pretending to all this type of stuff, man. Y'all entertain, y'all supporting that toxic system. Instead of saying, hey, I don't want no parts in it. I'm gonna be my own person if that's what it gotta be. Me personally, I've always stood against it. And just to be fair, there was my moments where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go along with it and see if there's something that they see in it that I don't see out of it, right? I went along with the toxic social structure and trying to do what everybody say you should do to be successful and be happy and all this type of stuff. And it did not change my perspective at all. If anything, it reinforced me and let me know that I need to follow my own path, regardless of how that path looks to those on the outside looking in.
Total separation of the races is what we believe is the solution to our problem. Black man on his own land building for himself. Everybody has a nation but the Negroes in America. Everybody has a nation. This is a bold statement, but nobody else can say this. Everybody has their own country and land but the Negroes in America. You from England. You don't like it over, you can go back home. There's a Nigerian out there. He don't like it, he can go back home. Oh, there's a Mexican out there. He don't like it, he can go back home. Oh, there's a Puerto Rican out there. He can go back home. Where do we call home? Do you know where my home is? Chinese are named after China. Cubans are named after Cuba. Pakistan is named after Pakistan. Russians named after Russia. Australians after Australia. Englishmen after England. What country named Negroes?
They got us trapped in here because they are leeching off of us. Take back your power, man. It starts here, mentally. Take back your power. Support the movement.